Antigua municipality. It's great to see anybody who would come on and watch this live stream. We are live. I've got a couple of friends with me. I'm not going to shop who they are just yet. This is an experiment, and it's beautiful here. It's September, just in case you're watching this back at some other point. It's September, and just look at the weather behind me. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to hang around for a little bit. I'm actually at a beachside cafe here. I've got one viewer, which is perfect. Is that you, Jeff? It's not you. You can't find it. So I've got one viewer. Right, I've got my friend sitting next opposite me. He's trying to work. He's trying to work out how to watch it because he hasn't been notified. Anyway, that one viewer, it's great to have you along. Do drop me a comment, stick a comment in, and let me know who you are, because this is all very new to me. 3 viewers, that's great. So stick your comments in, folks, if you want to ask me anything or you want to chat. I'm just, like I say, really experimenting here just to see if this works. And if people like it, then I might do a bit more of it. Okay, so in case you don't know what's going on, my name's Steve Tipford. I am one of the directors of homeinfuerteventura.tv, and we are sat here at Caleta de Fuste, Playa El Castillo. Absolutely marvellous weather here. It hasn't been too great over the past few days because we've had a Kalima come in. That's been a bit of a thing to deal with, but as you can see now, it's absolutely beautiful. This is Playa El Castillo behind me. You can see the tower behind me there, and I think I can name where we are. We're in Smile, okay? Smile, which is one of the very nice beachside cafes here in Caleta de Fuste, and it's a bit quieter than it has been. I mean, August was an insane month, as it normally is on Fuerteventura. But September, you know, it could still be busy. It's still fairly busy. So, like I said, drop comments in if you want to ask anything. We've ordered some coffee, some water here. We're actually on our second drink, aren't we? Non-alcoholic, I'm afraid, non-alcoholic. And yeah, just enjoy the ambiance, enjoy the atmosphere. I don't know why I'm whispering. Is it working? It is. Okay, that's good. Well, you see, I can probably tell you a little bit about my friends. So they don't want to be on camera just yet, and I can't blame them, to be honest. I'm with Fiona and Jeff, and they're 2 of my windsurfing. Oh, I got a hello from Fiona. That's good. And they're 2 of my windsurfing friends. Today, we were sort of planning to go windsurfing, but it's not happened because there just simply isn't enough wind. This is sort of our spot, if you like, Playa El Castillo. And we normally sail out from the bay behind me, out on past the lighthouse on a good day. And yes, that's generally how we pass the time when we're not working, although we have been stuck at work doing plenty of that. About that, actually, let's just talk about what's happening with homeinfuerteventura.tv. We've been in Coraleco filming for well, the past month, really. Lots of exciting stuff happening there. I can't really go into too finer details, but we interviewed a few sort of local celebrities, and we've got a sort of behind-the-scenes tour of the water park coming up. It's been really, really good fun. Of course, what that has meant for the channel is that we haven't really had much time to put new stuff out, but hopefully that's all going to become. Just the drinks arrived. Muchas gracias. Okay. What have I got there? I got a coffee. Okay. Okay. I've got a Coke. Have I got a Coke? Have I? That's all right. It's fine. Yeah. No. Perfect. No. It's okay. It's all right. I ordered an agua con gas. I got a Coke instead. Doesn't matter, because, you know, why not? This is very nice, isn't it? So, folks, can you hear me properly? Is this working? Pop a comment on there if you're watching this. As I say, I do apologise for this not being of the highest quality. You want to ask any questions, any technical nerdy type stuff? I think Jeff's checking the can't even speak properly. Jeff is checking the sound over there. Is it working? Cheers, everybody. Do you know what? That's actually really nice.
Oh,
I call that a happy mistake.
much better than fizzy water.
It is, yeah.
Especially being a ride you buy.
Yeah. I've ridden here on my bike
Yeah.
today. I decided to leave the van at home. Actually, the parking's been all right, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's all
Yeah.
right.
Did you manage to find a
Just
parking
about.
space?
Yeah, just about.
Right. Okay.
About 5 spaces. Left.
August, trying to find a parking space here wasn't great,
No.
but it was, you can't really complain, can you?
So, yeah.
I remember when because I used to live in Essex, and if I wanted to go to the beach in Essex, you go to Chalkwell, and you'd just be touring around Chalkwell and Southend-on-Sea looking for a parking space, and you could never find one. And then, even then, we're talking, what, 15 years ago? The parking was about £4, I think, for 2 hours. None of that here, of course. Parking's all free. About the only place I know where you have to pay for parking is Puerto del Rosario, isn't it? Yeah. Well, folks, I hope you're finding this entertaining. I will try and show you around a little bit. Welcome to those 5 viewers who we've got. Right, I'm trying not to... Is it working? Oh, right, okay. I'll just give you a quick tour of where we are. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. In fact, I will try and keep the phone still. Not many people around at the moment. Oh, that's right. I have just exposed Jeff. It's all right. You're not supposed to be anywhere else, are you, Jeff?
At work.
You used to be at work?
No.
It's all right.
I've got you. I don't know how
Have
you
we had any comments come in? That's what I want to know. I don't think we have. Is anybody there? Well, I can see that there are people there.
7 people are on it.
I actually really love this time of day because it's relatively quiet. You've got people that are just coming off the beach and be going back to their hotels. This is all very new for us, so do bear with us. You're going to try and send me a message. Now, that would be really sad, wouldn't it? If you could just talk to me face to face. But no, send us a message.
Welcome to 2022. This is how the teenagers do it. You all sit at
Oh.
the same table.
Right, Shadrach 321 says hello. Hello, Shadrach. That's really cool. We've got a chat message come in.
How did he do that?
I don't know. I don't know if Shadrach's a he or a she. Tell us more about yourself, Shadrach. Do you live here? Do you come on holiday here? What's your relationship with Fuerteventura?
Yeah.
Have to say, coming up to my favourite time of year as well, because I love the summer here. It's a bit crazy with the numbers. Well, Shadrach's been going to Caleta de Fuste since 1992, which is way before my time.
Wasn't even born then.
You liar. Jeff said he wasn't even born. In 1992, I was 12 years old. This place, well, I know this, I think this was built around 1985. Initially, Caleta de Fuste was built around 1985. The initial resort, because there's a guy who I watch called JP, and he's got some really old footage from about 1987, and where the castle. I don't know if you can see it from here. Just booked for Christmas. That's brilliant. Great news. Great news. I hope the weather's nice for you. Probably can't see it from here, but anyway, the castle over there. It's actually a fort. a martello, is it? A martello? Which is like basically a tower,
Yeah.
yeah, that you use for defending yourself in the event of an invasion. So that's how that works. That that's been here like many, many years, probably about 100 years, but then the resort has been built around it. But yeah, 1992, I don't think any of this was here. This is all relatively new. Of course, back this way, you've got the Atlantico Centre that was built in around 2004, along with the new beach there. This beach behind me was renovated in about 2016, I think. We had about a year, didn't we, where it was all the sand was just stacked up, and just behind me there we had a ship pumping in the sand. So this sand's all been pumped in from elsewhere. I don't remember where it's come from. It's come from Puerto del Rosario, is it? So this is Puerto del Rosario sand that's been pumped in, and
Say sheep.
y- I did say ship. Yes, yes, I did. It's great.
I thought it was gonna give me a laugh.
No. So what a glorious day, though. This is the only problem. One of the problems that we have with filming out here in Fuerteventura is what we call contrasty video. So you can see at the moment my face is practically silhouetted out, which is probably a good thing given the state that I'm in right now. But it's so bright out here. The sunlight is so bright, so the shadows are always really dark, and it's a problem we have all the time. If I'd had all my gear with me, there was nothing from the Happy Centre to the Windmill Pub, only waistline. Oh, Shadrach's a real authority on this. Thank you. That's really interesting, actually. Nothing from. So the Happy Centre is over that way, and yeah. Well, funnily enough, my girlfriend, Sarah, she moved here. Just to give you a potted history, if you like. I got together with Sarah probably about. How long have we been together? 9 years, 9 years, 9 years. Sorry, Sarah, if you're watching. I moved here 10 years ago. I've been coming here for about 15 years. So, I've got a pretty long relationship with the island in general. More so with Caleta de Fuste, because obviously I've lived here for 10 years. Sarah moved here in 1999, and yes, it was very different then. And like you say, from Shadrach was just saying, from the Happy Centre, it was just rock and beach. It's yeah, because I think it's the Blues and the '60s bar all around there. So this is a bit Caleta centric. This this live chat, obviously, because we are broadcasting from Caleta de Fuste. But yeah, there was nothing. All this area here. This is the Barcelo hotel area here, and none of this was here back then. Certainly not back in 1992. Funnily enough, in the town hall, the Ayuntamiento, if you ever get past the front office and you go up the stairs to to where all the important people are, there is a map, a big map of Caleta de Fuste, but it's a prospective one, so it's of what the area. It was, I think it was made in about, I don't know, the mid-90s, before all this was built, and it's quite different. What they were going to build here is quite different to what they actually built here. But even so, it's very nice. It's still one of my favourite places on the planet, and even though sometimes you can get a bit frustrated with living out here and various things that go wrong, post not coming through, deliveries being missed, all of that. When you go away and you come back to it, it's, you always think, actually, we're really lucky to be here. The wind's come up,
Finally.
just as we haven't got time to go out windsurfing, but the wind has come up. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased. This appears to be working. What we'll probably try and do is, if people like this, we'll try and take you on a little tour at some point, and we'll do a bit more of this sort of stuff. Just to explain what's going on with Home in Fuerteventura a little bit. With homeinfuerteventura.tv, we've got quite a few episodes coming out over the next couple of months or so, mainly involved with Coralejo, and but still broadcasting well, still, I can't think of the word. Still focusing on lots of different areas as well. But Coraleco is going to be the centre of that for a couple of months. But obviously, all the time we're making and filming material and then putting it out. So obviously, there's a load of stuff we've already shot, and we're in the process of editing and putting together. So the Coraleco stuff has quite a lot of it has been filmed. We're doing some more of it next week. We're going to the water park on Tuesday. So if anybody wants to hang out with us at the water park on Tuesday, we've got a family that we're taking up there, some friends, and we're generally going to have fun there. We met with the director there, whose name is Alejandro Gonzalez, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was that was good fun, and so we're going to be up there. Well, this guy's still behind me. Oh, that's all right. I'm just going to shut up for a minute and let you guys enjoy the view. I wonder. I'm going to spin this round.
It looks good, doesn't it? You're less shaded now.
So I'm very pleased that Shadrach's got involved.
Yeah,
Where are you from, Shadrach? If you're still there.
it's a lovely name.
So these guys are a bit nervous about being on camera. Oh, stop, Paul. There we go.
Oh, Stockport. I'm trying to
Up
think
north.
where- Yeah, up north.
Up north.
Super.
You might have noticed that I'm definitely from the south.
Yeah. The best people come from up north.
Yeah, they're much nicer up north.
Yeah, much nicer. Not you, you're alright.
I'm all right. Yeah, occasionally. Yeah. I don't know, because Fiona and Jeff are from the Midlands.
Yeah, can you tell?
Can you tell? Ooh, it's from the Midlands.
Can you tell, Bob?
It's interesting to see where people do come from, actually, because there's quite, I would say there are probably more Northerners
Yeah,
living here than Southerners.
Southerners.
Yeah, it does. It is strange because when I hear an Essex accent now, even my own voice, it really jars when I hear it compared to, because I don't know, the northern accents are much softer to my ears.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I think you sound softer. I think you sound more.
When was the first time you both came to Fuerteventura?
Ooh. Oh, it was when the Berlin Wall came down.
1991. That's when the Berlin Wall came down.
There you go.
That's when the Berlin Wall came down in 1991.
Was it the New Year?
All right, it's about.
Yeah, it was the New Year, so it was
All
similar.
right, so round about the same time as Shadrach then,
Yeah.
from Stockport.
Yeah.
We came over from Lanzarote on the little car.
Yeah.
Tiny little car
Oh yeah,
hire
you came before.
for the day
Yeah.
to Windsurf.
But that was
All
before
water
that.
started coming in the fairway. And water was up on the wheels, on the cars. Honestly.
Yeah, people think it's all this now. You go back a few years.
Yeah. That was before that, wasn't it?
For what?
That was before 91.
Was it?
Yeah.
30 years ago, something like that.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only for the day.
You see, these two are really nervous about. They don't want to be on camera, but they're making really good subjects. I really want to film them right now.
No. No.
But they're humouring me by
You've
by
got
sitting with
7
me.
people. If you put us on now, that'll complete.
No, I think the ratings will rocket. Mind you, Jeff is looking very looking very dapper with his sunglasses on his hat and his normal glasses on the end of his nose.
Shadrach's just said cheers for streaming. I can't go until winter. It's too warm.
So,
for me."
well, this is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
September. I'm waiting for the September heat wave. I don't know about you. That normally happens. You see, just think, oh, it's just freshened up a little bit. The weather's freshened up, and you think, oh, it's going to be, it's just nice to get a break from that relentless heat.
Yeah.
And then you get that 2-week heat wave that just goes,
Yeah.
and then for about 2 weeks, getting towards the end of September, normally it's just. And
think it's when the clocks change in November or the end of October. When do they change? End of October, November. That's when you just notice that temperature drop, don't you? You
Yeah.
just put that sneakily on me.
no, I haven't. No,
Ooh.
no. I'm just panning around because I'm sure people want to see more of the view and less of my head.
I'm going to
So,
fall off the side of my chair in a minute. I'm leaning so hard.
so it's just wonderful. Oh, hi from Lincolnshire. Love the background. This is
I
a
like
love.
their
Hi, Dean. This is
sausages.
Dean.
They're the best
That's really-
sausages.
Lincolnshire sausages.
Oh, yeah. The best.
This is supposed to be a serious channel, Fiona. Please. Yeah, I'm red. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
I'm not saying anything about
Steve,
people
comment on that.
getting too much sun. Yes, even when it's not sunny. And we've had what, a couple of overcast days here.
Yeah, which you thought you'd have a sunbathe in.
Yeah, just keep covered up, or bear in mind that you can still absorb UV rays even through the cloud.
Yeah.
I've even had that happen to me when.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I tell you what I did once. I sat by a swimming pool in the shade, thinking, well, that's all right. I don't need to put sun cream on, and I got absolutely cooked. Reflected off the water. Yeah, I've just had a comment coming in from Vancouver. That's really cool.
Wow.
Hi from Vancouver.
Oh, that's amazing.
The Gypsy Spirit, that is. Hi from Vancouver, Canada. Have had several amazing trips to Fuerteventura. I was trying to think how many times I would have come over before I actually decided enough was enough and I just had to move here. It was probably because I used to work in education in the UK, so it was pretty expensive for me because I'd be coming over more or less every school holiday because my folks moved out here. My mum moved out here with my stepdad in 2006, and then I'd be going out more or less every school holiday. So that's roughly about 5 or 6 times a year, backwards and forwards, peak prices. And then the end of 2011, I just thought, do you know what, this is getting silly. I might as well just move out here because I was basically working in the UK to go on holiday out here, and yeah, and that's sort of how I ended up out here, really.
When did you move here?
I actually moved here in February 2012,
Okay.
and that's when I got
What
it.
made you finally make the move?
Well, that sounds really corny, actually. I'm being interviewed. This is really cool.
Sorry.
This is Fiona. See, you should be on the
I'm
channel.
always interviewing.
Right. Okay.
Never off the clock.
I don't want to spend this whole live chat talking about myself. By the way, if you want to ask questions about the general area, or you want to comment, please do get the comments coming in so that we can talk about things other than myself. But
you are
anyway,
interesting,
am I?
Yes.
That's very kind of you to say. So yeah, the story is, and in fact you can see it on episode 5, which is the latest episode. Fancy a house swap. That's Jeff. Jeff's finally figured out how to use the chat. Well done, Jeff. Well done. It's only taken you 24 minutes. So, yeah, anyway, to get back to the story very quickly. Sounds corny, but I was at Playa Harugo, which is off of Tindaya, where Mum lives, and it was Christmas. We'd just gone there to kind of take in the evening air, if you like. So the sun was setting, and I just thought, yeah, no, I've got to do this, or I never will do it. And so that's when I decided to make the move.
What, just something just made you think that's it?
I think at that point I just thought, well, how old was I at the time? I turned 32 just then, and I thought, yeah, I can either do this now, or I can spend the rest of my life wondering what would have been. And then if it all goes wrong, then I'll just try and pick up the pieces afterwards. Thankfully, it didn't go wrong, and 10 years later, I'm still here. But it was, but yeah, that was the moment. And in fact, I referred to that at the end of the episode, in episode 5. And I actually took the camera down there and filmed roughly about the same time of day, you know, just as the sun was setting. Absolutely beautiful. It's the only thing you don't get here on this coast, in Caleta de Fuste and all along this coast. You get beautiful sunrises a lot of the time, but you don't get the sunsets, obviously, because the sun sets on the opposite coast. All right, so although it's beautiful right now, isn't it? It's gone a little bit white. It's not that white in real life. I don't know why it's done that, but I'm just gonna. That's the white bone. That's, you see, this is the problem I was talking about earlier on. But yeah, so from Canada, from Vancouver. So what happens with that then? Do you come? That's Gypsy Spirit, isn't it? So does Gypsy Spirit? Do you?
Where do you fly?
I was thinking, how do you get here from Canada? Is that a connection from
Yeah, where do you?
Madrid?
Somewhere in Europe. Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? Because when we go on holiday, although I haven't been on holiday for a while,
No.
don't really call the UK a holiday anymore when I go back to see family. But yeah, I still connect through the UK because it's still one of the cheapest places to connect through. We went to Florida a few years ago, Sarah and I, and it's still the cheapest option, right? You'd think from here, from the Canary Islands, it'd be cheaper to connect through Barcelona or Madrid, but no, it's actually cheaper to connect through the UK. So that's.
Was that your last holiday, Florida?
No, New York was the last one. I went to New York, which was I enjoyed New York more than I did Florida. No, not really. No, that was a few years ago. No, I've stayed put.
Some planes from America now.
Do we get direct flights from America? I'm not sure we do. You know.
Or was it one of the other islands? Something
I think you might be able to fly. I think now. Let me get this straight. I think Tenerife. Is it Tenerife or Gran Canaria? We're going to be able to fly directly to New York from one of those. Right, Shadrach's saying winter out there is brilliant. Warm weather. It doesn't even go dark in the evening until 6:30, 7 p.m. When it's in Stockport, it's freezing and dark at 3 o'clock. Yeah, yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, that is a brilliant thing about being out here. You don't get the ridiculously long days out here. Like you do in the UK, you know, when the sun comes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't go down till 10 o'clock at night. You know, once you get to the summer solstice. But what you do get here is, you know, as you say, the winters, as Shadrach was saying, in the winters, when it gets to about 6 o'clock, it's starting to get dark. Then, and that's, I always find that really weird if I'm talking to family back in the UK. If I'm like on a video chat with my dad or something, and he's sitting there in the dark, I'm thinking, what do you mean it's dark? Yeah, and I say, yeah, that's what it used to be like. And when I worked in the schools, you know, I'd go to work in the dark, work, and then come back home in the dark. Those days are long gone, well, for the time being, anyway.
So it sounds like he comes out at the right time.
Yeah, it's got a very noisy family behind me. I'm trying to work out what language they're speaking. Either Italian or Spanish, I think.
discussing pizzas.
Oh, right.
Or pastoral pizza.
Pastoral pizza.
That's the question.
Pastoral pizza, that is the big question here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's definitely not as busy as it was,
Definitely quieter, isn't it?
but
I gauge it by parking spaces. There were spaces. 5 spaces.
parking for me here was never a thing until about what, 2 years ago? No, but let's say 4 years ago because of the pandemic. Yeah.
It just started really picking. When this beach was done, I think it started.
Yeah. This beach does look fantastic now, doesn't it? I mean, it always looked great, but now it, particularly I mean, we've done some of those tourism videos for the Ayuntamiento, so we were partly involved in that. And I mean, just look at it now, don't you? Look at that on my old phone, and you know, get this ugly mug out of the way, and pan across. And look at that; it's just beautiful, isn't it?
That's it. You can see the blue now.
Lovely white sun.
Yeah, and the blue sky.
You see, people complain about this sand. I prefer this sand to the sand at Playa Guerra. Playa Guerra is the other one, outside opposite the Atlantico Centre. Both of these beaches are artificial. I think this was the original bay, but they kind of flattened it all out, and they've put this sand on top of it. But people have said, oh, it's too coarse. Oh, it's not all. it's not all fine like the sand at the other beach. I prefer this because it doesn't. You don't get so much of it in your car. If you've been on the beach.
Colour, isn't it?
Yeah, the colour is beautiful,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And it makes the water brighter, doesn't it?
Oh, it makes the water really
Like really
Yeah.
turquoise.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute photographer's dream when you
Yeah.
if you're trying to. I should have brought my proper camera gear down actually. Looking at it, this would have been absolutely perfect, because of course this is the sort of colour scheme that people want when they want you to make videos for them. You see,
Yeah.
so and it's actually quite difficult to get these conditions. That noise, by the way, is the parasol about to take off. I think we're going to be all right, aren't we? Yeah, we'll be all right. But yeah, look at that. Super blue water, blue sky, yellow sand, people running past.
Still very warm in the sun as well.
It is. October is my favourite month out here. I love October because it's cooled off a little bit
Yeah.
and the water is still warm.
Yeah.
That's when I'll be doing most of my water-based filming, I think.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that's when I try and do all that, especially around here as well, because it's that bay just spends, that bay just has the sun on it pretty much all day, and the water in there is nice, you know.
It would be really warm, won't it? All the way till. When does it start to get cooler, the water? Not really until. Yeah.
Just check that I'm still decent.
Probably like January, February, you notice the real temperature drop in the water, don't you?
I'm going to have a little break from talking for a bit, but I'm still here, folks. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this round and give you that. But I'm still here. And across a bit, actually. Interesting over there, isn't it? I'm quite pleased with the quality of that.
Now the wind's picking up, look. Should we put this down? Put it in here.
Yeah, this mic's still on, so it doesn't matter. Folks, if you want to ask any questions or want to comment, please do drop something in the live chat. We'll be here for probably about another 5 or 10 minutes.
That's amazing, isn't it? A lady from Vancouver. Somebody from Lincolnshire. And is it Stockport?
Also interested to hear what you folks want to see on the channel as well.
Brilliant. Are you on Wi-Fi or mobile internet?
This is actually the 4G on Movistar, which is one of the local providers. It's kind of the Spanish equivalent of O2, I think. O2 is the parent company. Yeah, and it's an iPhone
Good feedback.
11 Pro, so that's not even the latest iPhone. But yeah, I don't know what you're watching. I think that's HD you're watching that in. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you, Shadrach. All right, pan round a little bit. Oh, that's one of the scooters.
Jeff just says you're not shy, are you? Because I'm talking.
We've got our Baywatch style lifeguard hut now
Oh,
that you can
yeah.
see on the left.
It's just got shorter legs, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Than the real one. Oh my God.
Some people hide in the darkness. I'll be there. I actually got rescued by the lifeguard a few days ago. Well,
thought you
he
said
didn't
few
need. He
times.
didn't need to be. Yeah, I've been rescued a few times. No, he didn't need to rescue me, but I think he just wanted to look good in front of.
Yeah.
I had a problem with my windsurfing. Yeah, my. You were there.
Oh, when you went through the south?
Yeah, when I went through the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for our viewers, I, did my usual thing, put a massive great hole in my sail,
Yeah.
and
Said about or dive
then I
into
had to
the
swim
waves.
back with all my gear. The lifeguard took pity on me and dove in and helped me drag all the gear in.
What about when you were sailing? You went towards a big wave and you left your equipment and you dived over the wave.
We're going to turn this into the public slating of Steve and his windsurfing accidents.
We'll wait till you finish.
And you've also got the nice, you've got the nice coloured bins in the middle there. Actually, I have to say the cleanliness of the beach. Well, we've just got a blue flag. We've got a blue flag award here.
This one.
Yeah, this one's a blue flag beach now.
What, that's for the beach cleanliness?
For beach cleanliness, water quality, all of that. Yeah. There's yeah, the sand is a lot cleaner now than it used to be. It's not so much rubbish lying about. I don't think people do it intentionally. People just drop stuff by accident.
Never mind.
Yeah, we have the Eurostar Las Salinas, which is the hotel. This is all part of that complex, isn't it? Give you a quick pan around here. Hang on. Sorry, folks. You're actually. I'm gonna give you a quick flash of Fiona and Jeff. There they are, two very nice people.
Thanks, Steve.
Oh, sorry, wave. They're watching themselves now. Right, and here we are. So this is all part of the Eurostar Las Salinas. It used to be called the Granios. This is a parasol that's about to take off. I'll go back to the view for the moment. There's a guy with a very tight pair of swimming trunks just walking on the beach. Try not to get him. Each to their own. Let's try that. Can I zoom in on this one? Oh, I can. Jeff's doing a weather check on the UK. Or is that a gloat? This is what my brother would call a gloat cam. When the weather's not great.
The UK is beautiful too, isn't it? Beautiful. I'm from Bristol, just returned after our 8th trip to the island. Really love what you're doing. Please do more. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Jay. I'll just read that in case you didn't hear that. Jay Cotillo says, hi from Bristol. Just returned after our 8th trips to the island. Really love what you're doing. Please do more. Cheers. That's really kind of you, Jay. Thank you.
Nice temperature, isn't it?
20 degrees.
Does Jay Cotillo stay in Cotillo when he's in?
Yeah, I'm assuming with that handle, assume that Jay is an El Cortillo person, but do tell us.
It's about 20 degrees and overcast in the UK. That's still a nice temperature, isn't
20
it?
degrees is a nice temperature.
Beautiful.
It's probably in where we are now. We've got
17 now, that's
got a
lovely.
breeze coming here.
I like those temperatures, Shadrach. Perfect.
When you look at it like that, on that cropped view, if you like. Sorry for the wobbling about. It's getting a little bit windy here. It does look like something out of the
Tropical.
yeah. It's like your tropical. It's your stereotypical
like
tropical postcard,
Bermuda and Barbados and
Barbados,
Bahamas.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
It's like a Hawaiian tropic advert.
It's just the Essex twang kind of ruins the vibe a little bit.
Not as bad as a Brummie. Brummie overtone.
Essex or
I
Brummie.
can say that, being as I'm from Birmingham. Anybody from Birmingham out there?
Yeah, anybody from the Midlands?
Yeah. Up the
I have to say,
Brummies,
I've-
we love 'em.
I mean, I
just gone down.
Oh no! That's it, Jeff. Don't say anything.
Fiona and Jeff aren't the only two reasons I love the Midlands. I actually work with quite a few people in the Midlands. My publisher.
You're a Brummie wannabe.
Good, you're fine.
Yeah, everything good. Yeah, muy bueno. Yeah, sí, cuenta por favor. Muchas gracias.
You're a Brummie wannabe, aren't you, Sue?
Well, this is the thing. When I stick,
Desperately want to be
because my
Brummie.
publisher is based in Birmingham,
Yeah.
I've picked up the
You just love it.
Birmingham lilt.
You
It's
just love
like
it, don't you?
go up at the end of sentences. Like that.
You just love it.
I can't help it.
It's great.
It's great.
Lovely.
I have to say, Jeff is a ray of sunshine when we like to go windsurfing. We'll just get out in the water and he'll say something. He'll
Grim
get there.
Reaper.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope I
Nice.
don't die today.
Likes to point out all the dangers
Yeah.
just before you're about
I
to
saw a
step out.
shark about 5
Yeah.
days ago.
But you also like
Thanks,
to
Jeff.
end the chats, don't you, with something really depressing.
Like thought for the day.
Yeah,
at the
a
end.
thought for the day. Yeah. We don't need any of those today.
So, I'm going to pan round a little bit.
Anyone there? Anybody got any questions?
Yeah, do send us some questions. So we've got about 5 minutes, and then
Anything you like. Anything.
don't ask me anything. Well,
No,
yes, you can ask me anything you like. Go on.
Yeah. Ask Steve anything you like.
He'll answer.
Well, it's lovely that people are hanging out with us. That's really nice for a complete experiment.
Isn't technology amazing?
Oh, this is wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's brilliant. I say yeah a lot, don't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, even though I didn't order that Coke,
It was lovely.
I quite enjoyed it.
See, sometimes these things. Little surprise, wasn't it?
Just see if I can zoom in a little bit for you.
What does Shadrach like about Caleta de Fuste so much? What's the...
People like these places for different reasons, don't they? I mean, I equally love Coraleco and Caleta de Fuste for different reasons. And I'm not saying that just to be political. I actually genuinely have a love for both of them
Yeah.
for different reasons. Coraleco, obviously, it's that whole vibe, surf vibe that I love
Oh, yeah.
about Coraleco. And
Dude.
you know, it's got a charm to it, definitely. But you know, it's probably not missing from Caleta de Fuste, but obviously Caleta de Fuste is a resort. It's
Yeah.
built around the idea of tourists coming here, whereas Coraleco was a fishing village
Yeah.
originally, and it's still got that
Still
fishing
got that charm.
village aspect to it. Yeah, Shadrach says I like Caleta de Fuste because it's near the airport.
Excellent answer.
So
But
that's the
a
kind of
good-
thing
Yeah, that's a good.
that a lot of people will say. Yeah,
Yeah.
Coraleca. Oh, well, it's just
Nobody
it's another
wants
20
to-
minutes on the
Oh,
bus. No, it's
yeah.
like
You don't want to be stuck on a
I feel
coach,
sorry for
do
the
you?
these people that. I mean, Costa Calma is wonderful,
Yeah, it's a long way.
but it is a long way. It's a long transfer, isn't it? That's when they're dropping people off. It's going to be what, about 2 hours?
Yeah.
If you're staying right down in Handia in
Yeah.
the south. But it's beautiful down there.
But even if you hired a car and it's your first time,
Mm.
you've got to kind of navigate all that, haven't you? Getting there. It is
Well,
quite simple when
on the
you
road,
know it.
yeah,
isn't it?
on the road system though, is going to really speed things up once they finally get it finished.
Yes.
Because the
But they really are getting there, aren't they?
Shadrach straight off the plane, number 3 bus, then on the lash.
Oh, perfect.
Sounds like my
Shadrach.
kind of guy.
Number 3
Perfect.
direct to the pub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Excellent.
crawl to the
Not
apartment.
even going to stop off and have a wash or anything.
Yeah.
Just. Oh, I love it. Brilliant, Shadrach.
Which pub?
Yeah, which pub?
Oops, sorry guys,
Whoops.
that was
Bit
me
of a
just wrecking the
sound
joint.
effect. Yeah.
I just knocked a bottle of Coke over.
Oh,
We've got a delay.
Yeah.
it's
How
all
long
right,
is the delay?
Is that normal?
Yeah, there's always a delay. Probably a few seconds. Yeah. So in case you're wondering what's going on here, we're just doing a little test broadcast here. This is just me on my phone. For any gearheads out there, this is the Rode Wireless Go 2 system that we use for recording sound on homeinfuerteventura.tv. This is a little wireless mic that's plugged into the iPhone here. I should have brought, actually, I'm going to use my very technologically advanced invention here, which is a piece of line, and then hook the mic on.
genius.
Eventually.
What sort of knot's that then?
I don't know what sort of knot that is. That is a Steve knot.
Will it just move?
Tried to.
What do they call that knot? What do they call that knot? That's a specific knot.
Slip knot.
Might
Is
be
it a slip knot?
Wow.
It is a slip knot.
Be careful.
That's
yeah.
the other aspect, of course, of Caleta de Fuste, the planes going past. We're right under the flight path here. You get used to it. This is really nice, isn't it? I feel like I've got 10 people around the table with us.
Yeah.
So keep the conversation coming, folks. I say
Come
we'll
on,
give it
everybody,
another
give us
couple of
some-
minutes,
Give us some questions.
and then
for
I better go and do
Steve.
some real work.
This is your moment.
Yeah, I'll be all right. No, it's fine. No, I'm on stage at Piero's Music Cafe
Yes. Do
tonight.
you ever go to Piero's, Shadrach?
Yeah. Yes, we'll be on
Love the
stage
planes
doing.
going over. Cool.
Yeah.
Especially at 7:30 in the
I
morning.
know.
Yeah, Jeff particularly likes them at 7:30 in the
I
morning.
have seen them at night when they go over. You know, when you go
Yeah.
walking into Valletta and you see them go over.
I do quite a bit of plane. I'm a bit sad like that. I do a bit of plane
Yeah.
spotting because actually the camera that we've got for the series now,
Yeah.
we bought 2 lenses. We've got the normal kit lens that it's got quite a powerful zoom on it, and then we bought this long lens for getting the B-roll, for getting the really tight stuff, and it's quite useful for plane spotting actually as well because you can get nice and tight. Gracias. On the on the planes and.
I love when they're coming in and the lights, all the lights on them.
And we didn't realise the red and the green
Yeah,
lights.
it's like port and stuff.
Yeah, now I always get this wrong. It's
Port is red.
port is red, starboard is green. Yeah,
'Cause I
should
always
really
used to
know
get it
this
the other
being
way round.
maritime.
Steve, we should know this. Because
Because
those two boys.
Yeah.
port is red, isn't it? The drink port.
Is that how you write? Yeah.
That's how you remember it.
This is because the silly thing is, because when we, without being too boring about it,
Yeah.
to people who aren't interested in sailing or windsurfing or anything like that, but we always talk about the port side and the starboard side
Yeah.
when you're surfing or when you're sailing, because obviously that helps you determine, you know, what part of the board you're actually talking about. Because if you say the right, well, it depends on what side you're facing. So port, starboard, and
we've
and the
got the
stupid
buoys.
thing is, I always think, oh well, port is left and then starboard is right, because I write with my right hand and it's got an R in it.
Yeah.
But then port's got an R in it as well.
Nice. And confused yourself.
But just give me the lights again. Port.
So, port is red, isn't it? The drink port.
Right. So port
So
is
starboard.
right. Yeah, and if you look at the planes, yeah, I'm going to be doing that now when the planes come in.
Yeah. So red
Tonight.
is port.
Yeah.
Starboard is green. But actually, somebody probably who knows.
Yeah,
this
do
would
clarify.
probably-
Do
We might be
clarify
wrong.
with us
We might be wrong.
on this.
I'm sure it was car. She's dropped car.
Do you know what was
He said port is red.
quite tragic the other day? That my brother and my brother's just got a new Xbox, the Series S, and a Game Pass, and he's got the flight simulator on it.
Yeah.
And we actually did a flight to Fuerteventura
No.
on the flight simulator,
What?
and it's quite
Where
accurate.
from?
I can't remember. No, it was one of these you started in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Really
Just-
realistic.
Yeah, really realistic. Yeah, just teleport in,
Yeah.
and yeah, but it's pretty realistic.
Take off from the sea.
No, we didn't do the takeoff bit.
Oh.
I don't think we did. I don't think we landed either. We just flew over Fuerteventura.
What did you say?
So you didn't do the flight.
It's a bit like Indiana Jones, you know.
Yeah.
He can fly planes, but he can't land them.
We flew all the way to Fuerteventura. Where from?
Folks, you want to add an intelligent aspect to this conversation?
Please help.
Please help,
It's
yeah.
like a really tall story.
Yeah. Do you want to suggest a better knot as well for this? The way that I
I think
came up
that's
with this
not, isn't it? Is it?
is that you can adjust the.
Exactly.
It was quite funny actually, because the other day we were filming in the water park, because a lot of these. I don't know what I've done there. Sometimes we have to go back to these places and shoot them in more than one hit, because yeah, I know it's all over the place. I don't care. It's all right. You're not my mum.
Like a scarf.
So I knew it was a mistake to have you two along heckling me in the side there. And so anyway, we were at the water park, stinking hot day, and we got the director there. Please give a shout out to my parents, Pam and Tony, who won't be watching the. Now I've got to get a handle on this, because what happens is the chat messages come up and then they disappear. Please give a shout out to my parents, Pam and Tony, who won't change the channel from watching you. Oh, I do apologise. Sorry. They visit Caleta de Fuste twice a year. That's not enough. Got to keep coming. Got to keep. Hi, Pam and Tony. That's my shout out to you both.
I'm Tom.
And Tom. Thank you, Tom.
Oh, I'm Tom.
Tom Gunner.
Tom, yeah.
So anyway, yeah, just to quickly finish the water park story.
Don't worry about that.
Tom, you just said at the right time.
Where's Tom?
Kidding.
We just had lights come on. Right.
Go on, water park story.
Yeah, it wasn't really that much of an exciting story, to be honest. But anyway, I'm going to finish it. So we were there, obviously, and we're dashing about the place, and we had a really, really hectic shoot a couple of weeks ago, because we weren't just doing the water park; we were all over the place. We were actually we did an interview with Gunnar Biniash, who's the wingfoil speed record holder. And so we had a chat with him, and we're going to be doing some wingfoil stuff. Hi, Dad. That's really cool. Oh, of course.
Oh, Daddy long legs.
Jenny and Dad are in the Peak District. How's the weather in the Peak District? It's a very British thing, I know, to do a weather check all over the place. And anyway, to go back to these lanyards that we've made.
Yes.
So he's wearing glasses, Alejandro, the managing director. He's trying to pull it down over his face like that, and I felt like
Oh,
I thought, oh, this guy. I felt really,
got it all stuck in his glasses. Oh dear. Oh,
That's good.
Nice.
yeah.
Weather's nice.
Oh, I bet it
I like
is.
the
It's
Peak District.
beautiful
Whereabouts in the
weather.
Peak District? Just out of interest.
I only met your dad once. He was so nice.
They need to come over here again. They stayed out here about 4 years ago, I think it was.
Yeah, we met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when your dad stayed with you.
Mm.
Yeah, really nice guy.
Where's Tom?
Oh, mine. Daddy Longlegs.
And Daddy Longlegs, that is my dad
I love
because
that.
he's a dad and his name is Les.
And he's got long legs.
And he has got long legs, yeah. Ashbourne. That's where he's just said.
Oh, what's that say?
Is that Niverton? Niveton?
My friend's just moving to there.
Oh, right, okay.
Moving out the Midlands to Ashbourne. Yeah.
It's
Very
amazing
nice.
how green everywhere seems when you live here all the time.
Oh,
You go to
love
the UK.
green. Yeah, you have to drink it in. Love
It is. It's like someone's just turned the colour up, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you come out here. But
all the flora and fauna.
we'll get some green here eventually. Another plane coming in.
Ryanair.
Is that Ryanair?
Fuck it.
We really are like, I love it.
Yeah,
Love
Ryanair.
flying.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't tell what the aircraft are.
Off to Buxton
By-
tomorrow to meet up with Chris.
Chris is my stepbrother.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Buxton.
That's cool.
Is that where the water comes from?
Yeah, I only think of Buxton because I've only falls on horses. That's
Oh yeah.
Peckham Spring.
Peckham Spring.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been watching that. Talking of springs.
Yeah.
We were watching
Well,
Only
I
Fools
think
last
weather-wise,
night.
we're set for we're set fair, aren't we, for the next few days? I hope so,
Yeah.
because we've
Oh,
lost. we will pay. Sorry, it's my fault. We'll pay. Oh yes, I do remember. Cool, that was years ago. Yeah, did a gig there in 1995. Wow, that's going back.
in Buxton.
In Buxton, yeah. Must have done, yeah.
Is it where the water comes from?
I think it is, yeah. I think it is where the mineral water comes from. Right. So, I think,
You performed there in 1995.
yeah. So, is there anything you folks want to ask me before we go? I'll just spin around and show you my bike, which is just here. There we go. That's right, Jeff, you're not in it.
Good heavens.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm on my bike today, trying to get some GoPro footage as well. So we'll see how that turns out. Nice place here. Smile. Good coffee. Jeff's had 2 leche lagos. And,
That's late for me.
yeah. Just explain. Hang on. Actually, we can try this. Let's spin back here. Jeff, just explain what a leche lago is.
It's coffee,
Condensed milk in the bottom. Then like an espresso of coffee, isn't it? And then hot milk on top.
It's like
It's the most sickliest cup of coffee you've ever had in your life, isn't it?
Sounded really feminine then, didn't it?
And the Spanish love it. It's like a pick me up out here, isn't it?
Yeah, and especially if you need the sugar.
I asked for a leche lago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was addicted to them at one point. I think she was new.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Bless her.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be me if I'd been doing it for 10 years.
Oh, well, what a lovely evening. It's what do you do in your evening now? You
Go home and watch Only Fools and Horses.
don't. You go. I've got to go to work.
It was the Groovy Gang last night.
Brilliant. This beach is becoming more great. Yeah, that's Skill T. Shadrach says, I think he meant Coraleco. Yeah, actually, to be fair, we were talking about this the other day. This particular strip that we're in front of here, there never used to be a lot of people going along it, but since they put in the new path, I'm going to put this mic back on. Hang on. So this path that they put in, which I will zoom in on, that one there. I'm sorry about the shakiness of the picture. That wasn't there until about 5 years ago, and since they put that path in, there's been a lot more people walking along here. There's been quite a bit more people traffic. There's been quite a lot more people traffic going along here because it connects this part of Caleta de Fuste to the other part, the Atlantico Centre, the big shopping centre. So yeah, as you can probably see, there's been quite a few people going past while we've been here.
I think carajillo is a drink.
Oh, that sounds nice. Coffee with brandy. And is that,
All right.
is that black coffee with brandy or just a white
Cara-
coffee with brandy?
Carajillo.
Carajillo. That sounds
Coffee with brandy.
delish.
Yeah, I'll pass the love on to Sarah, Dad. Yeah, thank you. She's absolutely run off her feet at the moment with work.
Have a lovely time, Les.
Yeah, do have a nice time in the Peak District. It's lovely. Yeah, walked here every evening in July and Vel. It is pretty quiet. It depends on what Caleta de Fuste. It depends. I suppose it depends what you compare it to, doesn't it?
Still empty.
The light El Faro is still empty, I think. Can you see it, Jeff? Yeah. El Faro is the restaurant that is on the lighthouse. I'm trying to get that pictures to stop burning out. If I move over a little bit.
17,
You can't see it back now. Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Skill T. It's probably, it was really busy. I went there a few days ago, and it's the only time I've ever seen that beach looking a bit like Southend-on-Sea. You know, on a summer's day. It was absolutely packed with people.
The little bays are so popular.
Yeah,
because they're so safe, aren't they?
yeah,
This is nice.
but it's never been what I would call crowded here, never. But yeah, it does get quiet in the evenings. This particular area is quiet in the evenings. I never really figured out why, because it's a. I mean, we saw in the new year here a few years ago, and it was you know, it's a very lovely place to come in the evening, but it's just I think it's just because it's away from the main town a bit, and I mean, obviously where I work at Piero's, that's very sort of lit up and bustling with people, and I think people don't tend to come out this way in the evenings very much, which is a shame really, because that would be great for me. In Coraleco, we went to a place called Uga Uga. Yes, fireworks are fantastic. Yeah, each to their own there, Skill T. Yeah, like I say, some people like the sand, a lot of people don't.
Not Marmite.
Yeah,
It's nice that you've got both.
it is. Yeah, you know, you've got a choice. I think that's the thing. I mean, the sand, you know, for building sand castles and generally having that experience, and you're better off at the Playa El Castillo. And I think that's always been the case.
You get them in your sandwich though. Whichever one you want. But it's
Yeah.
nice, you've got the choice, haven't you?
It is
Within
nice here.
walking distance of each other.
Yeah, and now the beaches are connected. Yeah. But this is always this is sort of the postcard beach now, isn't it? Even like you say, it's a bit coarse underfoot.
I'm on the fence. I like them both for different reasons.
There's been quite a few people going past, haven't there? Since
What's going on that we don't know about?
Yeah.
How do we not know?
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna finish off just by showing. Try not to. See if I can get that. No, sorry guys, looking at my nose. Let's try and get. See the new Caleta de Fuste sign there? You've got the nice multicoloured bins there. And let's just pan across. Has my phone just frozen?
Oh, seen the car going around.
How's the-
I was hoping to bump into you in July.
There we go. I'm back. All right. Well,
Hopefully next
if
time.
anybody ever wants to bump into me, probably the best place to find me is Piero's Cafe in the evenings, depending on if I'm doing a show. I'm there 4 nights a week currently. Tonight is 90s, so I'm doing the 90s show with Kiri Louise and Matko Lucas, and obviously not the only entertainment available in Caleta de Fuste. Lots of great acts around. Check out my friends Case Gillies and Neil Martin. Loads of people. So, folks, going to leave you now. It's been lovely having your company. If you want me to do more of this, then do let us know, and I'll sort of try and do something a little bit more concise, a little bit more succinct, and because this was really just a play around, and really enjoyed your company. Thank you for the comments coming in, and you know, just let us know what you thought. Spread the word. Any questions you want to ask, we'll try and do like a tour next time. And thank you very much for watching. Okay, so you have been watching homeinfuerteventura.tv live. Until next time, folks, adios.
Bye.
Oh, and adios from Fiona and Jeff.
Yeah, bye. Yeah, don't forget us.
Adios. Thank you for your
Your
contributions.
groupies.
Adios. No, seriously, it was really nice. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to stop it now. Thank you, Skill T. And thank you, Dad. Take care, folks. God bless. Adios.